Well, your county has, you want to sit down?
Yeah, you want to grab another, we can grab another chair.
Yeah, here.
I'm Doreen.
This is Richard Wilson.
You know what, I don't know what's the matter with this, but it seems kind of.
I'll take that one. You can sit this one.
Okay.
There you go, Richard. So, your fellow county employees have completed the site checklist for oppression under color of office. They sent me a notice telling me that there's been a lien on my property. Doesn't matter how much it is, but they've done a lien on my property. Okay, I have county claim forms here.
Oh, perfect.
I have 3 copies. Do you have the ability to file stamp here?
Date stamp it, like that we received it?
File stamp, yeah. Date stamp,
Okay.
file
yeah.
stamp.
Yep, I can date stamp it. And then I can give you a copy of it.
Well, I have actually 3 copies here, so
Okay.
you can just,
Do you want a copy of the date stamped?
all 3 of them I want date stamped.
Oh,
I'd like all the pages date stamped too.
okay, we can do that.
Okay? It's very unfortunate. Did you review the materials I sent you?
The majority of it, but what I was waiting for is this to see what.
But here's the thing. This has been going on since I purchased the property and before. I can email it to you. I have a series of letters that some of them predate me even owning the property, basically saying the same thing that we're saying 7 years later. The other thing is the timing of it. This really started heating up when the article came out in the paper 6 years ago about the lands bill, okay? We live way in the back Palomino Valley, and it almost extends into right up to the area that the lands bill is. We're also now aware of tract. Does that ring a bell with you?
No.
These are database, data center development companies, and they're buying that up, and it's right in our backyard back there. And we got one guy, James Lee Schreck, that has acquired properties through illegal liens through Wilcox Ranch POA. At least some of them that he's acquired, he's gotten that way.
Okay.
And has been putting rocks, and he was doing nails like 10, 15 years ago. Then he switched, and I started calling the cops on him. He switched to rocks. As fast as I take them off, he puts them back on. You saw those pictures. There's no mistaking it.
Do you have cameras or anything that you can put up there? I mean, I don't know.
That's another, but I mean, he's basically admitted it to me, to my face, that he's done it and been like, oh, did I wreck your car? I mean, I was in the volunteer fire department, and I'd come home at 6 o'clock in the evening from town, and then all of a sudden I'd get a call, there's a lightning plan activation, and I'd come right back out, and there's a rock the size of a freaking cinder block sitting in the middle of the road to wreck my car. I mean, this has just been an ongoing thing. It's documented. I got pictures going back 10 years probably of him doing this stuff, and now all of a sudden my associate leaked, because this is all litigation with Wilcox Ranch POA. He leaked.
And it's ongoing litigation with them, between you and Wilcox.
Yes, and we're interfering in this guy. He's like, the old land barons in the 1880s, right. The cattle barons, where it's like, let's run all these small ranchers off. That's what he's doing to us. And in the meantime, he's acquired 10 properties. The other thing is, they filed in 2018 a perpetuity statement, and it was a vote. They voted on it. I sent you that. They voted on it. It's Exhibit 17 in the 1 through 33. They voted on it 2016, didn't have enough votes. Voted on it 2017, didn't have enough votes. 2018, they ran a bulldozer through my property twice and left a 6-foot high, 100-foot long thing of debris just to harass and intimidate me. And I sued them. And immediately when I started telling them, look, either you clean this up or I'm suing you, there was an email from, does the name Kathy Glather ring a bell with you? She's a county employee of Palomino Valley GID. She was a secretary, of treasurer of some type. There's an email from her saying, and her friend, Gail Kern, does that name ring a bell to you? Local attorney. She was the head of the Northern Nevada Bar or Nevada Bar. There was a letter, and I assume it was from Gail Kern. We have nothing on file with the county that gives us authorization to work on the road. So that means when they destroyed my property, they were not allowed to. They represented it as such to the judge in small claims. I bet you read that. They're reopened due to fraud. So they're basically were not legal, were not in compliance with the Nevada laws. They've basically broken every law that you can, every rule and every law to do with nonprofit corporations. They've basically broken it, and they've violated the bylaws, just everything straight across the board, and we have it. And then they wrote themselves checks. You saw the checks. Did you see checks?
Yeah, so, I haven't thoroughly reviewed everything
Okay,
you
I'm
said.
just telling
Yeah,
you, this is the legitimate document thing. We've been working on this. We noticed the sheriff's office when we saw the embezzlement 3 years ago. The police report's in there. The numbers are in there. And this is directly related. When we've been working on this criminal complaint, when that complaint was leaked, part of it, kind of the outline of it, the next day that letter was generated from Brian Farmer.
We noted a lot of the agencies in the county, several agencies, and nobody's done a thing about it.
The sheriff here,
Secretary of State.
me. Secretary of State, governor's office, and we're going up the chain. We're exhausted at every level. And this is going to federal court because this is racketeering, and the county is involved. I got proof of it. We have we have the original records. It's like they didn't keep any books for all these checks they wrote themselves, but yet they have all their emails of them plotting and scheming and scamming in there, and they've liened my property. And I'll tell you right now, you can expect 2 more related claims from this. 1 more from me and 1 more from his son over this. And I plan on reading this complaint at the meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
But I mean, they're just getting in deeper and deeper and deeper. I either want them they're going to continue with this. I want this immediately removed from my property. And they're either going to do that, and I'm going to pay my 2 remaining. Now they're claiming a building that I don't have any more extensions, and I have it in writing. I don't know if I sent that to you.
Yeah, does this have to do with permits that they're not issuing for you?
No, I had a permit. I paid them a lot of money, and I paid them like $10,000, and then another 10 in plans and permits, and then I paid out $20,000. That's a lot of money for me.
Yeah.
And then 3 months later, we went into COVID. And then things started letting up with COVID a little bit, and they're freaking burning cars in the streets of Reno. Okay? Then I went and did another probably almost $30,000 worth of, it cost me, of work. And then I got COVID, very severe case, at a fire department meeting. At the weekly meeting, I got COVID, and I just got like deathly ill. And how many years can you go without making any money and have it not affect you? Right? And you know how things were here. It's never been the same. It's never been quite the same. And they're doing this to me. I'm just telling you right now, this is going to be the worst experience that Washoe County has ever. People look at me, they either say he's crazy or he's passionate. Maybe they're being nice when they say passionate, but I'm just telling you, and I've alluded to my background. I've been in investigations for like 22 years in one way or another. And I have got enough to tie the county in to this. I really didn't think about doing it before, but I am right now. And I mean, I'm not standing for it. They keep playing musical chairs, moving me around with this, and, just to spread it out. And oh no, we don't do that. Then they're sending me back to the first place I went. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not engaging code enforcement. I'm not engaging building planning. Just not. It's not good for anybody. Okay? And I'm telling you right now, you're going to get so much heat on this. And I'm not going to stop. If they think that they've thought I was going to go away because they've strung me out 30 days. But what I need from you now, today, is I need your insurance policy number.
That's what I wanted to talk to you about, because I wanted to get exactly what you're looking for.
What covers malfeasance
So,
of county employees.
the county is self-insured.
Okay, so what does that mean? You have a bond?
So I'll have to check with our comptroller.
Well, you know what? I need it today. Because I've been asking for 30 days, and you guys have violated my due process here. And I basically amounted to, I got file stamps on it, what amounts to serving your legal advisor here at the last county commissioner meeting.
Deputy DA.
Deputy DA, and she was very hostile to me.
Canderas? Mary Canderas?
Kind of a little older lady. She told me she was the thing for the county, and she didn't want to give me any stamps on the papers, and I just was like, no, I need them. I insisted, and then she did it.
Okay.
And you know what? I can't impress upon you enough. I do not want to have confrontation with the county, but this is it. And then the fact we served her or provided her, I will say, with and had file stamped in front of witnesses a whole things that we needed as my due process, and it's been 3 weeks. She had 10 days. She just ignored it. And I mean, I'm just telling you, this isn't our first rodeo here.
Right.
And
So what I need
Here,
your
let me-
help understanding
Yes.
is what it is this claim is for. So
you have
can I
county
read
employees. You have county employees participating in oppression under color of office. That's Brian Farmer and Kevin Costa.
that? Okay.
By acting on
Let her see the letter.
acting on unsubstantiated complaints. The other thing is, in the little area where I am back there, within sight of my place, there is at least 3 in sight of people that have constructed dwellings on their properties with no permits. And the same person that's making complaints about me, is helping them clean their driveway up. You get it? So you basically, and then we've got the city of Reno sewer guy, Jeffrey Earl Hill. Does that name sound familiar to you?
No.
He's the city of Reno sewer engineer. His son has a trailer and has a well dug with no permits,
2 trailers.
2 trailers, thing done with no permits. And that's directly next door to this guy that's complaining about me. This guy can't even see me. And I'll just tell you, if you look into this and you see the aerial photo of my property, it's pretty damn clean and tidy looking. I mean, it's not like I got a junkyard sitting out there or anything. I'm disposing of my waste properly. And this is all just retaliation. There's no 2 ways about it.
Okay, so can I see this?
Yeah, go ahead, right there. That'll give me a chance to put these others together. I'll just tell you another thing. The emotional distress that this is putting me through, you can ask him. It's horrendous. And at the very least, even if this stops now, I feel like I'm going to be owed something for this. And all the trips back and forth and the photocopies and the time that I've spent dealing with this and the being ignored, it's like we're just going to ignore you and not respond and then just put liens on your property? I mean, are you reading it?
No, because you keep talking to me.
I'm sorry. And I'm sorry if I was kind of heavy with you on the phone, but I mean, look at this.
I hear your frustration. I know your.
But it's not frustration. This is illegal. This is illegal. They can hide under code enforcement and, oh yeah, we're just doing our job. No, all they want, no. This is retaliation. I spoke with Farmer on the phone, and he was nasty to me. And he said to me, I said, well, listen, I said, they told me I had a year grace period on my extensions because I was, Sarah Harrell? Again, I'm not going over the building, but I have it in writing from a couple years ago. I was getting her like a week before it was due, and she's like, oh, it's really hard for me to go into the computer when it's not due. It's like she was kind of saying that it had to be due before she could generate what I needed to go in there and log in and pay. You pay with a credit card online. And she said, you have a year's grace period. And I had to take him to the emergency room right about that date. It was maybe right before. I had to take him to the emergency room. It kind of threw me off with everything. And I was like, okay, well, I looked at the email again. She said there's a year's grace period. I have it in writing. I'm not going to worry about it. And then all of a sudden, they start on me. They must have seen that it was due, and then just try to trick me, bamboozle me into just giving up. The other thing is, and it's really not even an option right now at this point, because I'll tell you right now, they think they're going to get me down to the CARES campus over here. They're trying to eject me off my property under threat of liens and fines, okay? That's out of the question. I'm not leaving, okay? But even if I wanted to, with this situation, with the road work and the access to my property, I would probably have to spend $10,000 to get the road suitable to get my stuff out of there. So it's like they got me in this little catch-22 and they're levying my property. Do you see what I'm saying? But I'm not leaving my property. And I'll tell you right now, if I did have to leave my property, what do you guys insure for, 15 mil?
No, so the county's self-insured for the first 1.5 million. And then we purchase an excess 5 million, and then we self-insure above that.
Okay, I need copies of all that paperwork.
Okay,
I mean, I'd like it now.
okay.
But I'm just telling you,
Yeah.
I read in the paper about the homeless problem. Why are they targeting me? Why are they targeting me? I've been a fireman, a volunteer, serving my community. When I first got on there, I said to them, you know, I could probably help you most with spotting fires, because where I'm at, I can see all of Palomino Valley. And they said, no, no, we don't need that. Well, every time there's a fire, who do you think they were calling to get eyes on it? Before, you know, like within a minute of the call, they were calling me to spot the fire. So, I mean, it's not like some low life. If they want to deal with that, they can go up to Sun Valley. There's nothing like that going on. I'm just, you know, I've had a hard time. I did not want to bring my medical into this, but now with everything is so expensive, I have no choice but to do all the work myself. And I mean, look at my shoulder. I don't know what, you see it?
Like the bone?
It's
here?
up.
Yeah.
No, right here. You see how high up that is?
I can't really tell.
Well, look at this
honestly.
side. Look at this side.
Okay.
Now look at this side. I mean, this is all, I don't know what I don't have insurance. I don't know what it is, separated shoulder. I've been trying to rehabilitate myself with it. I've done it, similar things before. But I mean, I'm not physically able to do it, and I've relied on the 2 more extensions to work this all out. And I'm sorry if I'm not recovering from the pandemic as quickly as they'd like me to, but it's a legitimate thing. I mean, this is a legitimate thing. This is not, you know, I mean, they mentioned extraordinary circumstances. This is extraordinary circumstances. We had the pandemic 3 months after I paid all that money out. I paid all that money out. And then all of a sudden, the state of emergency lasted 2.5 years. All of a sudden, things opened back up, and all the essentials and building materials and everything are double. So it's like I'm building a tiny little cabin, and all of a sudden, we come out of the pandemic, the price has doubled for everything.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's why we're here, to see that you can put a face to this fight. And I'll tell you right now, I got no interest in politics out here. Some of that stuff makes me ill, listening to it. You know, it really does. But they're gonna get the fight of their life here. That's not it. Here, take that. I just don't know. And again, it's just getting worse and worse, because this is aggravating me even more. I felt like I was getting a little better with this, but I'm not now with the stress. It is directly impacting me.
Yeah.
And they're just saying, no, there's no extenuating circumstances. They just told me at the manager's office, they're claiming that I have no more extensions. I got it in writing. When I get home, I'm going to snap a picture of it, because I don't have a scanner available. I'm going to take you a picture of the line that says how many extensions I have and about the grace period. And then I also have Brian Farmer. I FOIA'd the original complaint from 5 years ago. The original complaint, same guy complaining, same guy that we're accusing of racketeering, same guy listed in the criminal complaint. And they're telling him, well, you know, he's allowed to live in an RV while he has building permits. So their idea is, well, we'll just pull his building permits, and he can't live there anymore. That's what they're basically doing. And they're doing it on this guy's behalf, because we're interfering with his racketeering operation. And we got proof. I'm not just, you know, at first it was all conjecture on our part. It's not anymore. We have it. When we look at this stuff, and in the course of this claim, you're not going to want to know what more we're going to come up with looking through these records. Because every time we look, we see 2 or 3 more. They're crimes. They're illegal crimes that we have proof. Wait a minute, you can't do that. And now, after all the liens of all the properties, leaning all the properties, forcing the sale of properties on the courthouse steps, charging people late fees and not doing any work on the roads. Now they're saying it doesn't exist because it fits James Lee Schreck's agenda. Because I think, and he's like amassed all this construction equipment, I think they were trying to put us into some type of the association into some type of receivership because we're not able to get emergency services up there.
So let me understand, this is your land that we're talking about, and how do you fit in?
He's a neighbor.
I have
You're the
43
neighbor.
acres up there.
Okay, okay.
And they are terrorizing him,
Yeah.
threatened his son. Did you read the cease and desist? Threatened him with a firearm present. And I mean, we all like our firearms, Second Amendment and all that, but you don't go getting in right up in people's faces with a gun across the handlebars of your quad. You just don't.
Told him they'd bury him up
He's gonna
there.
bury me up there too, yeah. Said he's gonna bury us up there. Yeah, and I think
Who did that?
James Lee Schreck. And we filed police reports. And
Nothing.
We FOIA'd the audio of the police report, and he's lying about it. He's telling them I'm no threat. And then 2 weeks later, he's menacing me, like assaulting me with his quad, like cutting in front of my car, driving around my right side. I have it on video. And the sheriffs have refused to do anything. So I'll tell you right now, this goes through. I'm going to have to amend that because the sheriffs is going to be on there too. I just was at a meeting out in Palomino over this, the CAD meeting, and the sheriffs were there, and he started talking about how he's being terrorized back there with the rocks and everything. Do you know what would happen if he got a flat tire from one of those rocks placed in he places them in the roadway. You saw the pictures. That's not natural. That's not a natural occurrence. You know what happened if it's 105 degrees and he gets a flat tire out there? That's life-threatening. It's life-threatening for me. When I got to start changing tires in 105-degree weather, it's so convoluted and involved, but we have all the evidence of it. We have all the source documents. We got it all.
We told the sheriff that was there.
Yeah.
Hadn't heard another word.
And I dropped a bigger load than I did on you. Crickets. So right now we are on our way up to the sheriff's office to file a criminal complaint against Brian Farmer and Kevin Costa for oppression under color of office. And if you think that I'm not capable of pushing these charges, I am. And everybody's going to know about it. I heard that meeting's going to be a real packed one too, this next one. And we're going to be right in there. And I'm going to read those two paragraphs in there.
Okay.
I mean, I shouldn't have to be doing this. I want them to take payment for my next 2 extensions. This can all be avoided, or most of it anyway. This whole oppression thing can be avoided if they accept my payment for the 2 remaining extensions. And after that, if I don't do it, it's on me. It's on me. If I haven't done it by then, it's on me. If I'm physically incapable of doing it, then it's on me. But right now, I can't afford to pay someone to do all that work because you know how things are now, everything. And it's like, I need, considering the circumstances with the pandemic and everything, and the timing of it, the way it was immediately after. I mean, I got my permits November 28th, right at the onset of winter. And then March 10th or 12th, there was a national state of emergency declared. And like I said, I apologize for not recovering from it, but I was very sick. I lost 25 pounds.
Let me ask you this. Is there anything you can do about this?
Well, she's-
Do you have the authority to
So-
do anything?
I don't know, this is gonna be my first time.
About the, letter there?
The liens,
Yeah.
and to be able to reverse the liens,
Yeah,
You know what?
I don't,
You know what?
is that part of your claim?
Oh,
Is-
oh,
Yeah, okay,
You know what? You know what? You look in my eyes, like I said, people are like, yeah, he's nuts. But you know what? I'm very determined. I don't take, when I feel that I'm right, I do not take no for an answer. And I'm gonna just, they're just gonna get, they're gonna get buried in this stuff.
so what's your authority?
Well, she's the risk management, so she intakes the
yeah,
claims.
so what we do in risk management is we take claims from the public and we review them, investigate them. We work alongside with the DA's office. Something as complex as this, we'll likely seek advice from them.
But I mean,
Well, let me tell you about the deputy DA.
yeah,
We were at the manager's office requesting all these forms, which she told us
no, we were at the county commissioner meeting.
No, we were at the
Oh.
manager's office. Just shut up. And told her all this, the forms that, for the public, for our access. And she said, yes, that she'd be getting
It's
them
my
to us.
right, it's my right.
Shut up. And when we were at the last big meeting, the deputy DA told us right there that she told them not to give them to us, which is totally illegal.
And again, they've timed out on the demands I made for due process of this. They timed out. We gave them paperwork directly asking, I can send you copies of it, directly asking them for certain elements for my due process. And they have just ignored it. It's been 3 weeks.
When you say they, who are you speaking of?
Deputy DA,
Okay.
I have her card in the car. I could probably find it on my phone. But she's a lady that's she's in the spot at the end on the county commissioners meetings.
Okay.
But I mean, I said, they were all stalling crickets for weeks. And I said, they're figuring out how to screw me. That's what they're doing. And that's what they're trying to do. Because the last time that they came on me, I started trying to argue with them a little bit, and then I went and I worked very hard. I went through a lot of hardship, and I paid the money. And now they're doing this. I didn't make the pandemic. I didn't create the pandemic. I wasn't in the Wuhan lab with the monkeys or whatever it was. I didn't do it. I didn't cause the economic stuff that's going on now. I didn't cause that. I'm just a guy trying to do the best he can to do this. And I think by being in the fire department with Washoe County agency for 3 years shows my character and my good intentions. And now this is what I'm getting back. So I want to just pay it's like no more than $215 for the next 2 things. I want to pay it at once, so I don't have to deal with this again.
And that's all in here, what you're,
No,
okay.
that's, I'm gonna rake them over the coals, and I'm gonna be asking for the policy limits on everything here because of what this egregious action is going on here. It's obvious. The timing of the whole thing. And then the next 5 days after I get the notice, I find out about the tract campus. Are you aware of that?
No, just from what you've told
Okay.
me.
Data center
Yes.
thing saying that they're going to put 7 data centers out there and they're going to have all the renewable power because we're sitting on a huge geothermal area. They're trying to run me out of there and steal my property. That's what's going on here in a nutshell. That is what's going on here, and I can prove it. And them just putting me through the mill like this, well, we're not gonna talk to you, we're just gonna lien your property, and you're just out of here. Forget about the $50,000 that I have invested developing my property.
I've dealt with code enforcement in other areas, and they have the attitude that we can do what we damn well please, and tough if you don't like it. That's their mental attitude. Most of them that work
and I'll
up there.
tell you right now,
And listen to Farmer, that's an
they're
attitude
trying
he
to get
has.
rid of me. They're trying to get rid of me so they can start on him. And I'll tell you right now, because I'm still young enough to fight him. He's not. He's not. And I worry about him. I make him keep his doors locked, and I lock his gate on his property. And I also have reason to believe that they've been up on our properties when we're not there. I mean, and then to have the sheriff ignoring this? I mean, I gave that guy a lieutenant. He was a lieutenant that was at that meeting. I gave him
Everything.
much more documentation than I gave you. I gave you just a little cursory thing. I did, boom, everything. As long as it wasn't too big to send, I sent it to him. And haven't heard
Nothing.
Nothing. And I think this is all people know people in here. Kathy Glather.
Shrek's been around for years.
She moved away. Even though she moved away, she's still pulling the strings because her name is being mentioned in these criminal complaints that we've been generating. And you know, the reason that we're doing this all ourselves, first of all, I've been let down by many attorneys. And I don't even think they would give this the proper attention that it needs.
So what do you suggest?
So what I need to do is to review the actual claim and figure out what it is from the risk management perspective that I need to respond to.
It's too much for you to get me the paperwork today. If it's too much, then I'm just gonna demand it at the meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, so.
You know what?
Can I have my pen back?
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Listen. Just put a squash on this. Is this all worth it? You're either gonna get $215 from me and leave me alone, but that just shows that that's not the motivation for this. The motivation for this is to harm me financially, get me off my property. The way that we haven't had road maintenance in 5 years. We've been all fighting this, okay? They think that they're gonna run me out of there, then they're gonna start on him. The only people that we could sell our properties to is James Lee Shrek for 10 cents on the dollar. I mean, he said to me at one of the meetings, or his wife did, "Oh, I'll buy your property," and then the husband's like, "It's devalued. It's like they're just running a racket.
Keep the roads tore up the way they are and not fix them, devalues the property.
And it's all, so in the 5 days after I got that initial notice warning from them, Lands Bill progresses, took the next step in the Senate, tract campus, and Washoe County proposed changes to zoning, height.
If you want to see the real lawsuit, wait till you can't get emergency vehicles in there and something happens to me. That's when they're going to get nailed.
We have demonstrated our good faith effort. I am actually on the Secretary of State website for, I'm the interim acting vice president. He's the interim acting president that his son was elected secretary treasurer, and then it says in the bylaws he can bring other people in to help. So rather than him doing it by himself, we came in, we were all signed up on the thing, And then these people are saying that it's been defunct since 2001. They all signed statements saying they're no longer going to pay, and the association is defunct, it's invalid since 2001. Well, I bought my property in 2017, that means fraud was committed upon us when we bought the property, because I have a letter, it's probably in what I sent you. There is a statement in there, yes, there is an association, you're required to pay no matter what. They made us sign that, and now they're saying it's been defunct since 2001? All this done through attorneys with the county?
After they stole the money,
Yeah.
then they resigned out of office. After they resigned, then they wrote themselves some more checks. After they resigned,
Who's they?
This is
The-
Robert and
the-
Natalie Nearing,
yeah,
the president and secretary treasurer, husband and wife.
before we
It's in
tried
there.
to fix it,
It's in what we said.
Of the HOA?
Yes.
Okay.
POA,
Okay.
it's a POA.
But I mean, and the way that they did not have, they represented in court that they had the right to be on my property. That this is what the judgment said that I won. They said they had the right to be on your property according to their representations. The perpetuity statement, they put that all to the judge. And then they said, oh yeah, we're all legal, we're an association, and we're registered with the Secretary of State. And now they're saying, now we find out about, at the time they did it, they had nothing filed with the county that gave them authorization to work on the roads. So then they cleaned it all up through the attorney, filed this perpetuity with fraudulent ballot count. Okay? Fraudulent ballot count. There's nothing in there. There's nothing in there. It's just like they just wrote it. They just fudged it through.
No voting ballots,
No vote.
nothing.
We weren't even aware of the vote. Then filed a lien on all of our properties. And now they say it doesn't exist. There's a lien,
How many property owners?
80.
80, okay.
So it's a big thing.
Yeah.
Wait till we get the other 60 or so people.
Okay, give me a minute here.
Did I sign that?
Did you sign it? You're gonna steal my pen again?
Yeah. I'm sorry, but I am getting a little.
You're good. So I need to understand, you want a copy of the county's excess liability policy?
I want
And-
all the information to do with the self-insured aspect of it
Okay,
and the, any insurance coverage or bonds that,
Bond number.
yeah, I mean, whatever you guys got, I want all of it complete, covering up to in excess of the 15 million, whatever it is. Whatever applies, in excess of the 5 million you mentioned, whatever, in excess of that, I want all information about the county's coverage. Because I'll tell you right now, I should not have to do this. I should not be down here talking to you right now. I should be up, and you know what? My enjoyment of my property, when you put my enjoyment of my property, you put the stress that and the emotional distress that I've been in since this started, and then all these trips down here, and then the fact that they just this is like announcing they just put a lien on my property.
and you just received that?
Just today. We checked.
You wanna let her read it?
Yeah, you can, it's open.
Does this have to do with your claim here?
In addition, yeah, well, I mean, it's all interrelated. This is for them basically committing oppression under color of office on me here. And they're doing it on behalf of James Lee Schreck.
Cease and desist of all this.
I mean, I'm not gonna write you a cease and desist letter. The lawsuit's gonna be next, and I'll tell you right now, you only looked at like a tip of it, but it's, you know, it's like this now. There's a 900-page criminal, all the exhibits and everything. There's a 900-page criminal complaint, and it indicates the county's involvement in this.
And it's gonna go to federal court.
It's not gonna be
No,
some paid-off judge with Washoe County. Or that knows somebody and they're gonna dismiss it. This is gonna be in federal court, and I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna make the biggest frickin' deal about it that you've ever seen. And every single person, so we got Brian Farmer, Kevin Costa, Sarah Harrell, which she's a nice lady, but she ignored my request to confirm or deny my things for almost 30 days. And then, what's the other girl's name? It's in here. They're all mentioned in here. It's, I forget, Kelly something. It's all in here though.
Okay.
It's in the second paragraph. And about the only question they need to ask themselves is, so we got Jeffrey Earl Hill. He's a city of Reno employee with the sewer department. They're all instrumental in this.
can we get stamps on all these?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay, so we're gonna let you
yeah.
go. You can stop the phone, Richard. You can stop the phone.
I didn't know I was gonna be a
We got it.
movie star today.
Well, you're a public